Hello everyone. In this video we'll use a material and a cylindrical mesh to create a simple halo effect. We can also use it as a UFO tractor beam or a protective shield. So let's get started. To create this effect, we need a static mesh cylinder with different top and bottom radius, like a truncated cone, and a texture. This texture is a wavy line pattern, which is very versatile. It can also be used for lightning or similar effects. Okay, let's create the material. Set the blend mode to translucent, unlit, and enable two-sided. We'll use a material function called four-way chaos to create irregular four-directional random offsets for the texture. Convert the texture to a texture object and connect it. We'll see the wave pattern start moving irregularly. Since we'll spawn multiple particles in Niagara, we want some randomness. So use a dynamic material parameter named random connected to the text chord. The speed can also use random as an alpha, ranging between -1 and 1. We can also adjust the speed value appropriately based on the size of the mesh. Then blend two copies of this texture to make the flow more natural. Duplicate these nodes. Add a power node after the second four-way chaos to make its imprint less obvious, and clamp with saturate. Adjust the tiling. For the first, more visible, layer, set U to 1.5 and V to 0.5 to make it more line-like. Leave the second layer at default for now, tweak later. Then use the material function derive HDR from LDR to enhance the color. Connect the texture to the LDR input. Use particle color for the HDR tint, and feed the result into emissive color. For opacity, we want to fade at both ends of the cylinder. Use text chord, mask the G channel, add 1-, then take the minimum to get a gradient at both ends. Use power to sharpen the transition. Multiply this mask by the alpha channel of particle color. Then multiply by depth fade to get the final opacity. The material is now done. Next, set up the effect in Niagara. Create a new empty template. Use a mesh renderer. Assign the mesh and the material. Set the spawn rate to 15. Add a user parameter color, like blue. Since the color is weak, add scale color and particle update. Controlled by scale curve with intensity 20, starting at 0.5, reaching 1 at key data 0.3. Do the same for scale alpha, but start at 0. Place it in the level. The result isn't good yet. Add a downward velocity, set to -150 to -100. Add initial mesh orientation to randomize rotation around Z. Use scale mesh size with curves for vector. Don't forget to set the initial mesh size. Otherwise, mesh scaling won't take effect. X and Y axis starts at 0.3, ends at 1.0. Z axis starts at 0.5. Ends at 0.2. This simulates shape change through mesh scaling. We could also use world position offset. Set the lifetime to a random range of 0.7 to 1.2 seconds, which looks better. Scale the size up to 1.5 to wrap around a character. Yes, it's becoming like what we saw in the preview. If the color intensity is too weak, increase it to 50. That gives us a simple gas flow or halo expansion effect. Now let's make a flare. Create another material with the same settings: translucent, unlit, two-sided. Use an engine-provided texture. Add vector to radial value to create a radial gradient. Set tiling to 1 and 0.3, and use a dynamic random parameter for UV offset. Then add panner speed. X is 0.1, Y is negative 0.1, to make it expand outward. Add a sphere mask with center and radius at 0.5. Hardness 0. Add it to the texture. Then, the output is multiplied with the sphere mask to get the final mask shape. Note that at the starting position of the radial gradient, we might see a thin line. This is a seam artifact caused by the conversion from planar coordinates to polar coordinates, where the angle wraps from 1 back to 0. We can fix this by setting MIP level to absolute 0 or manually providing ddx and ddy. Multiply by the particle color alpha and add depth fade for opacity. For the color, we don't want it too bright, so add another sphere mask with a smaller influence range, power set to 7. Multiply this sphere mask by the blended shape. Then multiply by particle color. That gives us a simple radial flare. In Niagara, duplicate the previous template. Change it to a sprite renderer. Spawn 10 particles with the same lifetime and color. Set sprite size mode to 10. Copy these modules we need one by one. Oh, it seems more convenient to just create a new template emitter. Adjust the size curve. Set a satisfactory curve and scale alpha. Boost scale RGB and color scaling. Lower the scale alpha curve. And add random initial rotation. Yes, this way we can create beautiful flare effects without needing a specific flare texture. However, the flare is not in the desired position. It should be at the top of the wave. Set the Z offset and position offset to -100 or -80. Let's check it in the level. Yeah, it looks great. By the way, our mesh has many subdivisions, which allows us to create more diverse effects in the material through world position offset, making it look much better. So that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye.